Heyo! What's going on, everybody? We are live. We have a very special guest with us today, the one, the only Eddie Edwards. How are you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing good, man. That's a hell of an intro video.
We get that every time.
Ready to go.
We're all entrants, man. It's all downhill from here, to be perfectly honest. But thank you so much for joining us. You got a lot going on, man. You got a big match coming up in 10 days. You're going to be facing the Nemeth brothers, Nick and Ryan, with your partner. The system, you guys are going to be putting the tag team titles on the line. How do you get this job done against these two jabronis?
Well, I mean, look at that. You just said it right there. Two jabronis.
They are.
Nick and Ryan have wanted to tag for a while together. So, they're going to be all fired up going into this. This is like a dream come true for them. But unfortunately for us, we are a well-seasoned, well-oiled machine at this point as a tag team as far as the system as a whole and me and Brian. So, we just go out there, we do what we do, and we're going to walk away still your TNA tag team champions.
It's got to be annoying to see Nick come in and think he gets a title shot against Moose, and then Ryan's there and they're like, we want a title shot against the system. And it's just like, you just got to keep showing him who the boss is at the end of the day, huh?
Yeah, it must be nice, right? God, I would work my ass off to get here. These guys come in, come on, have my brother join, tag, or whatever you want. But I get, like you said, we'll just do what we do. We'll get it done. That's all.
Absolutely. Jay, go ahead.
Being from New England, I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. I know you're from Boston. Who are some of your influences growing up in that area? We know how that area is, a little rough. Coming up in a neighborhood like that, what were some big influences for you? Who were?
Well, outside of wrestling, my mom, she's a single mother raising three boys. Surprise! I'm the middle child. Surprising, I'm sure. But her work ethic, everything that she did to help provide for me and my brothers along the way, that was and still is inspiration to this day. I have a daughter now, and I'll be texting my mom like, I don't know how you did this, how you got anywhere on time, how you accomplished anything in your life with three kids, because it's tough with just one. So, I have nothing but respect for my mom, and then being able to train at Killer Kowalski's wrestling school was, that was what changed my life. That moment, walking up those creaky stairs in Malden, Massachusetts, walking upstairs, hearing the guys bumping in the ring and hearing the screams and yelling, it's forever burned into my brain. And just that moment, right, and talking about it now, it still gives me goosebumps. But that moment in time changed my life. I don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't doing this. I've done it, the majority of my life at this point. So Walter was definitely a big influence.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think you debuted in 2002, if I looked it up. Is that correct? 22 years of wrestling. So you have to like it a little bit, I guess, at this point in time.
Yeah, at this point, I either like it or I realize I can't do anything else. So, but I'd say it's the I love it part. So.
You said something interesting. You said seasoned tag teams. I believe you're 5 or 6 time tag team champions, 5 with Davey, 1 with Myers, and multiple time world champion, X Division. What is your greatest TNA wrestling moment for you? I know you have so many and you've been doing it for so long, but what is the one moment that if you look back, you were going to show maybe your daughter, you're going to show her a clip? What's that clip you're going to show?
And that's always a tough question. But, a few really stand out. When me and Davey debuted for Impact for TNA at the time, we debuted for TNA on the UK tour. We had come from ROH and TNA. We're coming to a bigger yard, a bigger pond at this point. And the way we were brought in, with MVP at the time. We were put in a good position. The reveal for us was a pretty cool thing. So that moment, walking into the ring, debuting for TNA was a huge moment for us. It was kind of like, we made the right decision, we made the right choice, that this is where we should be. That's something that sticks with me. And then, winning the world championship for the first time against Bobby Lashley. For so long I was a tag team wrestler. I am now. You know, I was a tag team wrestler then, but I was out on my own, and to be the guy that the company, you know, puts in that position to defeat Bobby Lashley is, you know, Bobby Lashley's one of the greats. You know, he's an absolute freak. So the fact that I beat him to become, you know, the world champ for the first time, that was a big moment and definitely a bullet point for my career.
Would you say that championship match, or which title reign would you say kind of helped shape your character that it is today?
I mean, today at this point, I think it's just a mishmash of everything I've been through in my career. You know, it's been, you know, tag stuff I did. It's been the single stuff I did. It's been, you know, one of the biggest things I did was have, you know, the feud with Sammy, and he breaks my face with a baseball bat, and that completely set me down, you know, another direction. So it's almost like a Slumdog Millionaire. Everything has led to this moment. You know what I mean? Has kind of created what I am today. And you know, who knows if I go a different way or with my character, maybe I still be doing the same thing as I was doing then. But I feel like I've been able to evolve over time. You know, like you said, 22 years. It's a long time, so you always got to try to do something different or step outside of that comfort zone. And I feel like I've been able to do that, and I'm very happy with the place I'm in right now.
That was undoubtedly an intense rivalry with you and Sammy, and that's still, it's one of those moments that just, man, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah, you're telling me.
You can't believe it happened, I'm sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, Killer Kowalski prepped you to be a tough SOB for that moment right there. And a lesser man probably wouldn't be wrestling today. Let's be honest.
Exactly. It was the prime example of, you know, when life gives you lemon, you try to make lemonade, you know, and I feel like we made the most out of it. And, you know, I always say if I lost my eye or if I couldn't wrestle anymore, I'd probably feel very differently. But the fact that, you know, I had a few broken bones, but no major surgery definitely helped helped ease the pain on that.
I want to talk about the system for a second. Your partner Moose and broken Matt Hardy going to be going for the TNA World Championship. Another guy that walks in, shows up, you know, lights go out. He's excellent. Like, what is going on with TNA where all these guys are just coming in and getting these opportunities against the system? It almost feels like they're trying to bring the system down. Is it just me, or do you get this impression as well?
I mean, you know, some people might say that there's a conspiracy against us. You know,
feel it.
But, you know, we're okay being that welcoming committee. You know, Nick came in and he lost and he got taken off TV for a while after the system dealt with them. It's kind of like you bring him in, we'll knock him down. That's fine. Like Matt was here years ago. Things are different now. This is the system. Sure. This is the system's time. You know, we've proved it week in and week out. We are the champions for a reason. So that's fine. Give him that world title, get him off our back, and that'll be it. You know what I mean? Once we're done with him, he can go do whatever he wants to do.
Out of all your storylines and feuds, is there one that you would like to see brought back up again, or the fans would like to see?
You know, I don't know. That's a good question. You know, I just talked about the Sammy one. That went on for so long, but you know, that's one that is just ingrained in who I am. And I feel like at the time, you know, when it was Impact, that was such a big feud or storyline that's something that we could go back to, you know, sometime in the future. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I feel like that one, there's certain storylines that can just be brought up, I feel, in the time of need. And that one would be one that I'd be okay with doing that. And I think the fans would too.
What's it like working with your wife? I have a wife. I live with my wife, and during COVID, we kind of semi-work together, and it drove me absolutely insane. You live with her, you work with her. What is going on here? You have something very special, clearly.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not going to lie. When, you know, she first got the opportunity to join TNA, there was questions and concerns going into it. You know, we go from having, you know, our life together, but then, you know, I would travel and she would be wrestling somewhere else. Like, we had our two separate little off ramps, but we still had our life together. But so it was going from that to, you're going to be together, you know, you're going to be traveling together, you're going to be working together, and then you're going to be working together on TV together. You know what I mean? It was a big jump, but you know, something about it just, it clicked. I felt it just helped us grow as a, as a couple and grow as a family to be able to do it together. Because, it's nice to not be the only one who's waking up at 3:30 in the morning to go to the airport.
Right.
She now has to do it. You know what I mean? She might have thought before that it was all sunshine and rainbows, traveling and wrestling. Like, it's not, probably thought we were partying all the time, which it happens at times, but there's a lot of work and a lot of travel that goes into it. So it was nice that she could join the party and feel that pain a little bit, but it makes things a lot easier. Like those shitty travel days, she's there. You know what I mean? It doesn't make us it doesn't make us like happy to having travel issues, but it makes it a lot easier when she's by my side.
When new wrestlers come in and they're ushered in, do you have a part to do with that backstage? You've been with the company for forever at this point. And how does that work when you get new wrestlers that come in? Do you kind of welcome them in, or is that someone else, or what's kind of your role now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a necessarily role as far as bringing people in, but I feel like we do. Myself and Brian and Moose as well, where we have a spot in the company where I've been here for over a decade at this point. So when people come in, we tend to welcome them because we know that as long as we know they want to be here, you know what I mean. You want to be a part of TNA. You believe in what we're doing. We'll welcome you with open arms. And I'm happy to be, one of those guys that gets to usually, for the most part, test the people who come in and be one of the guys that gets to go in the ring with them and see like, okay, how bad do you want to be here? You know what I mean? See what you're in. We've seen you do stuff elsewhere. Let's see if you're going to bring that same emotion. You're going to bring that same effort here. And I'm happy to be one of those guys in the ring testing them to see if they really want to be a part of TNA.
Absolutely. Great answer. There's a lot going on with TNA wrestling. It feels like it's a new era, so to speak. Jordan Grace obviously showing up, and you got all these shows. You got Against All Odds. You got Slammiversary coming up. It's an exciting time for TNA wrestling. What's the locker room like now in phase 2 of this new adventure?
Yeah, I think the locker room feels the same way. You know what I mean? I can speak for my close knit friends and the people that I talk to more than others, but we feel like we're in a good place. You know what I mean? It feels
Absolutely.
like the locker room and the front office and production, everybody involved in the company, we all have the same goals. You know what I mean? We all want to help TNA grow. We all want to be helping us move forward. And for the most part, I feel like we all understand that it's not going to happen overnight. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen in a week or a month. But as long as we keep making the right strides, we're going to be moving forward. And that's all we want to do is help bring TNA to that next level. And morale right now, I mean, as far as I can see and as far as I've heard and know, it's good right now. You know what I mean? We all believe in what we're doing. And, anytime we have a nice build up to Against All Odds or Slammiversary, the build up, you can feel it. You can feel that excitement. So when we get to Chicago, you're gonna feel it in the locker room. Like this is a big show,
Yeah.
big event. And we want to go out there and we want to represent TNA the best that we can.
Love it. I do want to say real quick. So Ross and Bravo taking in for Ross. June 14th, Friday, Chicago, Against All Odds. Eddie and the system are going to be taking everyone out. It's going to be a bad day for Nick and Ryan and Hardy and everyone else. Can't wait to watch it live on the TNA Plus app. It's been amazing to do that. Jay, do you have any questions? We got a few more minutes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask an off-topic question. Kristaps Porzingis just got announced for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We know what we're going to get out of Tatum. We know what we're going to get out of Brown. What are we going to get out of Kristaps that's going to take Boston to that next level to win the finals against a red-hot Luka and Kyrie?
Yeah, I think KP he is the integral piece here. We need him to be healthy, which fingers crossed I think he is. But he's going to bring a little bit of that size, and he's also going to help spread the floor too. You know what I mean? He's an unbelievable mid-range shooter. Even 3-point shooter. He's going to help spread the floor and. I'm not going to say I'm overly confident, but I am confident. And I also feel that for us, it's now or never. If it doesn't happen this year, I don't know what else we could do to make it happen. So as long as they're all on the same page, ready to go, I'm looking forward to Kyrie stepping back into the Garden in Boston just for the atmosphere and the reaction that he's going to get. But fingers crossed, and I hope and I feel we're going to come out on top.
Game 1 goes to Boston.
Game 1, Boston.
It's a big game.
Yeah, it's not going to be a short series either. It's either 6 or 7 is what I think.
Oh, for sure. This is one of the more exciting playoff finals that I've been anticipating in a while, because you already know Luka's going to bring it, and then it's like, man, Boston has what it takes. They could do. I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. Closing arguments for you. I'm on TikTok. I know we're old, but most of my audience is probably teenagers or young men. What would you tell someone who potentially wants to become a pro wrestler in their future? What advice would you give them?
If you want to do it, you got to be all in on it. You can't be halfway in, halfway out. You have to, you have to want it. You have to, live it. It has to be your life, and you have to get out there. Get somewhere to train first. Obviously, find a good, reputable school to train at, and then once you're in, you just got to get the reps. Do as many shows, as many matches as you can, but you have to want it, because pro wrestling owes nobody anything, you know what I mean? So you got to go out there and you got to take it. And if you want it, you put in the work long enough, you'll get a shot, and just go out there and kill it, and you'll be good.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, well said.
Very well said, Eddie. Thank you so much for your time. We truly appreciate it. Good luck this week. We're definitely rooting for you and not those jabronis. We want you to get the victory. We will be chatting about our boy Eddie kicking some major ass. We look forward to it. Everyone, June 14th, don't forget, Against All Odds. Go check it out. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Eddie, good luck in your interviews. I'm sure you have more for the rest of the day. Good luck in your future interviews. They're not going to be as good as us. Remember that intro. That was the best intro you've ever seen. Oh, yeah, Niko knows best.
It's all downhill from here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good luck this week or next week.
Thank you.
Bye.